Everything in moderation. Sounds lovely, right? But why don't we challenge that phrase? So as you guys probably already know, discipline is a constant effort, a never-ending process. It's not something you achieve, it's just something you gotta do. Today, tomorrow, for days to come. And the hardest part about it is turning down things that you really don't want to turn down. Because discipline to its core is doing the right thing whether you feel like it or not. And then we hear the phrase, everything in moderation, bro. Which feels nice because it gives you a bit of a justification or a pass in order to, eat a bit more junk or have a few more drinks. Because you're only human, bro. You need to relax sometimes. But the thing is, the harsh truth just doesn't sell. And I mean, I don't want to be that arsehole who's like, everything in moderation, screw that. Screw your feelings, screw your friends, screw your cravings, and screw your special occasions. It doesn't sound nice, but it is the kind of thing that I respond to. When people say something like, man, everything in moderation is just something, is a luxury abused by the lazy. That sounds cool to me, but it's not supposed to be easy, I guess. Very oftentimes, disciplined people can be seen as outcasts from society, as they made the conscious decision of, you know what, I actually want to be better. And here's the thing, I feel like it's hard to just do things in moderation, because I like to take things, all the way. If you're going to start something, then you might as well keep going on that path. There's two paths, it's more binary for me. So if I'm going to have a drink, why not 2 drinks? Why not get drunk, right? Because, one drink is just like very vanilla. You're not getting the full experience. Well, same of the pursuit of health. Why not go all the way? If you're going to do something, do it properly. It's a compound effect, and you just got to choose which path you want to follow. And the thing is, I don't think that everything can be done in moderation anyway. Let's take hard drugs, for example, like cocaine or heroin. Are there examples of people who can use those substances in moderation? I suppose there is, it's possible. But for the vast majority of users or addicts, it's just not going to be that easy. So why start in the first place, believing that you can do it in moderation? It's just going to suck you in. And I'd also argue, if you want to be great at something, or one of the greatest in your chosen field, be it your work, your physique, sports, you can't be normal. I mean, by definition, to be great is not normal. Now, you might reach a point where you feel like, I don't just want to be the average Joe. So the first step is to be around people who share a similar work ethic and have good discipline and will push you in the right direction. And if your friends happen to go to the pub a lot, every day, every weekend, you're probably going to be doing the same thing. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but it's just something to be aware of. So let's say you're out with your boys and they're all getting drinks. The thing is, you might feel a bit ostracized and left out because you're the only one sitting there with your cranberry juice. It feels kind of lame. Let's say if you're on a date and you're gonna obviously want to drink something or at least have a coffee, but what if you're a ladies' man and you're constantly out on dates? Well, you might become an alcoholic or a caffeine addict, at least, with the amount of beer, wines, and coffee you're drinking all the time. But it is what it is. I understand you don't want to look like a lame dork, but in hindsight, who really cares? You're on your path, whether you're trying to impress someone or not. I know you want to feel relaxed in the moment. If you guys are both kind of tipsy, maybe things will lead to something good, but you know what? F that shit. You see, you gotta learn how to be sociable and at ease without the alcohol if you want to take your self-improvement seriously. I mean, you don't want to go down that downward spiral because the more you drink, the less effective you'll be at training the next day, be it whatever sport you do or the gym. But that's just been my experience. It might be totally different for you. And I'm aware it sounds kind of extreme, but it is a lonely road to the top. And the question is whether those sacrifices are worth it to you. So in my case right now, I'm just trying to progress. I'm not trying to be perfect because I know I'm human. I'm not going to be 100% efficient 100% of the time, but there'll be less times where I indulge during the year. So I'll consume less junk food, less alcohol, and less sugar, and there'll be a wider gap in between the times where I do indulge. And the message of this video is, if you want to fast track your success and stay firmly on the right path, then you do gotta say, f**k moderation. Now, is that realistic? Not particularly, but why not give it a go anyway? And you might actually surprise yourself as to how far you can go.